I know I'm not the only one that's noticed these ads are getting more and more sexual. They are literally forcing us to be comfortable with seeing people, seeing everybody's body. They're forcing us to be comfortable. They're changing our new normal.
I just saw a sponsored video in here that I think was pornography. This is crazy, bro. Not panties, bro. Come on. Is that allowed? There's kids on this app, bro.
Guys, is it just me, or is every single TikTok video, if I scroll 2 TikTok videos, it's those weird, you know what I'm talking about, those weird ads that are basically soft porn? And I'm like, bro, what is going on? What's happening with TikTok? Why am I allowed to see that? I don't want it on my For You page. It's every 2 scrolls, I see some weird, and it used to be, I feel like back in the days when they first started putting that content on, they would kind of censor it. Like, they would censor it. It would give like, oh, like, it would be like weird and allude to stuff, but would it actually show it? But now it's like all bets are off. It's like it's X or Twitter. It's literally like you can see everything, and I'm like, and it's every 2 scrolls now because TikTok is like always putting ads, and it's those weird ads. I can't keep on like saying it's too sexual for every single one. Like, there's new accounts every day. Like, what, can we like figure that out? Is it just me? Like, what's going on?
We're living in a time where everyone's attention span is insanely low. There's a reason TikTok is as big as it is right now. The whole platform is built around short, fast, addictive content, and companies know this. They know the more attention they get on a product or service, the more money they make. Here's the problem. Normal ads don't work anymore. You scroll right past the regular normal ads, the ones where they try to do, I don't know, they try to do something tricky or something to get your attention, try to do something funny or blah, 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 right? So because we're scrolling past all these normal ads, the companies feel like they have to shock you. They need something that makes you stop for even half a second. They don't care how it makes you feel, what it does to your brain. They just want you to pause, watch the ad, and increase the chances of you buying their product or service. And obviously, right now, sexual ads are what's making people stop, right? And the reason I say obviously is because we're starting to see more and more of them. So that means they're starting to work, right? They're getting attention, they're getting clicks, they're making money. So of course, companies are going to lean into it, even if it means being, even if it means messing up people's brains, crossing lines, doing things that aren't necessarily the best for the world. They're going to do it because they're making money. They're profiting off of it, right? I love watching business content and watching all the entrepreneurs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, their podcasts and, things that they say and how they're working all the time and, other millionaires and blah, 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 like do what it takes to be successful. Like, I understand the business side. I understand companies are going to do what they need to do to make money, right? I get it. That's how business works. It's worked like that. Everywhere, you see with sports, you see in the NBA, I'll use NBA as an example. It's a business. So whatever they need to do, they're going to do. That's why you see people get traded in the middle of a game, right? It's why you see people get traded during their when the interview people or when the reporters are asking them questions after the game and they get traded. They didn't even know, right? It's because they do what's best. It's a business. They do what's best for them, right? The the thing is, just because I understand it, it doesn't mean I have to like it. I really don't. I hate going back to the sexual ads. I hate it because I feel like it's hurting us in a lot of ways. I feel like it's hurting us mentally, socially, and just as a whole, how we experience the internet. So something I don't think people are talking about enough. I don't hear people talking about it that much at my job. I don't hear people talking about it enough when I have conversations with strangers or something at the store or wherever I go out in public or when I'm on a walk or something like that. I don't hear my friends talking about it that much. And it's that they are literally desensitizing us. And it seems like, I don't know, but it seems like most of us don't even know it. right? When you see sexual content constantly in ads and posts and everything, it stops feeling like a big deal. But it is a big deal. I believe that this is going to keep getting worse. 100%. I believe it's going to keep getting worse because the sexual ads are working, right? And eventually we're going to get desensitized to those things. So then they're going to have to do more, right? What do you think the companies are going to have to do when we get used to what they're doing right now? They're going to have to, their competitors are going to start doing it. And then it's not going to work as much anymore. They're going to have to keep being crazy. The ads are going to have to keep getting crazier and crazier and crazier, right? So our baseline for what's normal is continuously getting pushed farther and farther, whether we like it or not, whether we even notice it or not. We are literally getting trained to see sexuality everywhere and not even care about it. And the thing is, it messes with us. It messes with how we see ourselves, how we see other people, and even how we see relationships. There's a reason so many women feel like they're not pretty enough. There's a reason cosmetic procedures and surgeries are rising like crazy. When you're constantly shown this one perfect body type in ads, your brain starts thinking that's the standard. And it doesn't just affect women, it affects men too. A lot of guys grow up thinking that only one type of woman is attractive because that's all they ever see in these ads. It shapes what they expect in relationships without even realizing it. It shapes how you even treat women, right? This stuff literally rewires our perception of life. It changes what we think is normal, what we think we should look like, what we think we deserve in a partner, all because brands figured out that sexual imagery gets clicks. It makes us pause. It makes us watch. It makes us buy. And this next thing is the part that really scares me, is that younger audience are seeing all of this too. Kids and teenagers are growing up with this being their normal. They don't have the maturity to understand what's real versus what's exaggerated for marketing. They just see it constantly. 10, 12, 14 years olds, they see every ad is sexual or hyper perfect or filtered. It gets into your head. That becomes your idea of beauty, your idea of attraction, your idea of what you're supposed to look like. And we're right now, like I'm telling y'all, they're playing a dangerous game. You know what I mean? Like, you see all those posts when they're like, yo, the world is cooked. Like, the world is cooked. And I don't even use that word. I'm surprised I even said that just now. But like, that's what I'm thinking when I'm making this video. Is just like, the kids are cooked. It feels like cringe saying that word because I don't say it, but they have it, like, they're in a tough position. They're in a really bad position with everything they're seeing. When you're young, your self-esteem is still forming. Your confidence is still fragile. And these ads end up teaching kids that adults don't even fully understand. So yes, it's irritating because it's shaping the next generation's entire mindset into, they're programming them, right? And once you program people, you get to get them to do, you are able to get them to do whatever you want, pretty much, right? It's scary. It's scary, and not enough people are talking about it. So yeah, I'll let y'all go after this. I'll just end it like this. Ads are getting more and more sexual. And at this point, it's not just some random trend. It's affecting how we think, how we see ourselves, and how we see each other. It's the business side. The businesses are going to do what they got to do to make money. They're going to do whatever. They don't care. And they're showing us that they don't care, right? They're literally showing us that they don't care. I just know for a fact we're being exposed to things we never really agreed to see, especially the younger people. And the more we get used to it, the more companies push the line even further. It's like, it feels like the internet is becoming less about connection and more about stimulation, right? It was supposed to be about, building communities, enjoying, always keeping in touch with, old friends, people you went to school with, blah, blah, blah. And it's now just stimulating our brain, just ADHD type stuff. Just made for us to get a dopamine hit, keep going, dopamine hit, and keep trying to find the next big dopamine hit. But whatever, that's just That's just my opinion. I want to know what you think. Have you noticed the ads getting crazier? What's the wildest thing you've seen recently? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Stay aware, stay grounded, meditate, pray. Try to stay off your phone. Try to stop doom scrolling. Do what you need to do to be great. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.